She was bold, she was Black, she was fearless. In the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, she broke the mold of what an African American woman could be. My name is Robin Hamilton, and I am the director of my newest film, Odessa's Reign. She lived her life unapologetically, and for a brief moment in time in Washington, D.C.'s history, she ruled the underworld. This is Odessa's Reign.
Peak up front. John Jewett trying to ratchet up the pressure on the outside. Sugar Booger is in third.
Hello? What are you looking for today? And what do you want on first? What are you looking for on second? And what's your take on the pig? Okay. Good luck, baby. Child? You wonder, does crime pay? I tell you, yes. It pays a hell of a lot of money. And money is something I don't care who you are.
That's really something. The numbers business was a very viable business here in Washington, D.C.
The numbers were big in Washington. The illegal numbers were big.
And that business created an opportunity for a lot of people, some who didn't have any jobs, some who were working at lower income, but good stable jobs, say the post office or government printing office. They might play the numbers and with enough money to help increase their savings so they can get a down payment or a house or help to pay the college tuition for their children.
The business was to provide economic resources, but it speaks to the fact that African American people, Black people, didn't have all the employment options.
You know your customers, and somebody would just call on the phone and you pick up and say, "Hi, Ben's Turnable. Oh, could you tell me what the number is? What was the number today? Did it come out yet? I don't know, but I'll see if I can find out for you, okay?"
You wonder what made me choose the life I did? I wonder too sometimes. I just figured that I didn't want to be like them yellow gals.
Odessa Madre was a prominent woman in the 1920s through the 50s who was known as the queen of the DC underground. And she was a prominent brothel owner, a numbers runner, and she protected a lot of people in the city with her largesse because she made a lot of money.
Her mother was a seamstress and her father was a barber. And these were very successful careers in the early 20th century. She knew about entrepreneurial spirit. They had the means for their only child, but particularly she was from the Madre family. And they were more elite and more successful and, by all accounts, a very smart student.
There was only 3 blacks at Dunbar back then. I mean, black like me. I had good diction. I knew the gestures, but they always made fun of me. Like on the days when we were having drill competition and we were supposed to wear the school colors, red and black. The yellow gals would say, "Oh, big black Dessa, you don't have to wear school colors. Just stick out your big fat red tongue."
You know, Washington historically had been a very color-conscious community among certain segments of the Black community. And so she describes being taunted, criticized for having very dark skin. But as soon as she graduated, she didn't want to be with the high yellows and to have a teaching career. And she also knew that many of the teachers themselves were very light-skinned African Americans. And so she just wanted to get away from that world altogether.
And so she was blocked into getting into certain kind of elite circles in Black Washington, but she was not going to be denied.
But she also grew up in a Washington that was segregated, but it may have African Americans on one side of the street, as she described. And the other side of the street, it may have been Germans or Italians or Irish. And so she knew both sides of that community, and a lot of the Irish became policemen in the Metropolitan Police Department.
Negroes and Irishmen got along real well. They would fight amongst themselves, but we wouldn't fight each other. If someone outside Cowtown came to fight the Irish, the Negroes would chunk bricks at them. We were like a big, happy family.
Well, she was smart, and she understood how the system worked. And the system worked by helping people out.